Hello. So I got a message this morning from a girl I went to school with telling me that another friend that I met a while ago, she works in the meat department of our local Hannaford, and she tells me that she was asked to get a hold of me right away because she set back a turkey for us. I've been looking for bigger turkeys because, we didn't really think. So anyways, 37 cents a pound, Hannaford, right now. You can get 24 and above. I didn't really look too much because, again, mine was set aside and I thought that was sweet. Little over 23 pounds. I picked it up. That was special to me. So made some room, come home, put it in one of the freezers. So if you have a Hannaford, 37 cents a pound this week, get it because they're limiting two, and with things the way they are, you get so many people all buying two. I don't know how long they'll last, and I don't know how long this sale's going to last. Usually their sale's 39 cents a pound, so 37 was pretty good. Our little over 23 pound turkey was 8 something. I would get it out, but I'm not touching that freezer until I need to get that thing out and defrost it. So I saw some things like, I don't know what the issue is again with the paper products, but the toilet paper, the paper towels, it's all going again. So if you haven't been putting things back and rotating things, I would suggest, even if you have to put back a bill for next week or the week after, I would go and do something. Because what's going to happen is that the things that you need monthly or on a regular basis, like girls who need tampons or pads, I would go and get a few boxes and just put them back. When you use one, go out and get one. If there's not any at the store, you know that you have a fallback. Plus, with a virus and everything, you shouldn't be out going around right now because we don't know really the truth of what is going on. So we don't know how bad that's going to get. So people who are on a budget, you can go to the dollar store. Like, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of things. Like, I didn't think I liked beans. But my husband got me, let's see, I don't even remember what kind these are. I've been storing them in jars, so that's the kind of beans. So my husband made too many, so I ended up having to take them out of the crock pot and freeze them and the whole 9 yards. So anyways, we had some that I didn't freeze yet, and I took them out of the fridge and put them in 2 cans of this soup that I found at the Dollar Tree. And what do you know? It was actually pretty good. But the reason I did that is because I wanted to see what kind of foods we were gonna eat in case we couldn't go out to the store, that we had to get cheap or fall back on. I read the ingredients. It's good. So like I said, Dollar Tree for rice, beans, beef stew. They have really good beef stew there. You have to watch because obviously, Walmart or one of your other local grocery stores, you could get maybe these cans for 70 cents or 79 cents or 88 cents or, but sometimes too, if you're at the Dollar Tree, you could always make another run to that store that has those things. And if you're going to be buying in abundance, I would suggest to go to the other store. But if you're just going to the Dollar Tree, 4, 8, 12 cents, you got to kind of weigh your options. Like, okay, well, how much gas is it going to take me to travel all over to go get the other stuff? But anyways, if you're just making a Dollar Tree run and you're going to be going to other places, I would get things like egg noodles. And they did have the Velveeta packets for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I haven't been able to find those to put back to go with pasta for my youngest in case she wants, Velveeta mac. But yeah, I'm hearing, and seeing from other preppers and, I don't watch mainstream media, but I do laugh occasionally when I see something. But you need to research other states, other countries. But like Dallas, Texas had 25,000 cars. I'm not saying all these people were in need, because we all do know that people who are in need, aren't in need, go and take advantage of these things, which I don't think is really, I mean, each to their own. I just don't think that's right. I mean, if you have the means to do things, please let people, families who are actually really in dire need, to get these things. But anyways, they were filling people's trunks with all kinds of food. I saw 2 turkeys in a trunk with potatoes and vegetables and just boxes and bags of like, what's going to happen though when all this stuff runs out? You know, I've been seeing on other prepper channels, and I've looked it up for myself, like these big companies, like I think ours is like Wholesale Foods. So they're telling their chains, like the stores that these people deliver to put limits on food, because they are limited, so then they have to limit the stores, and the stores have to limit the people of how much they get. I'm not saying that you can't buy 2 today and go back tomorrow, or, you know, go back next week, but next week or tomorrow they may not have that thing. The other thing is so with everyone stocking, it's putting a cramp in the deliveries and what stores can do. So the best thing that you can do, if you haven't already, is do it now, because I don't think you have much more time. Because once states start closing down more, and they will, and we all knew this, when we've had months to prepare. But if you haven't, I would definitely do that whole bill swap thing and go and get the things that you think and that you know from last time that will not be there. So, you know, your staples and your wants and needs. The important things first. I would also suggest, if you do have the money, or you're not putting back a bill or something like that, I would suggest for you people to get those expensive things, because those expensive things are getting more expensive. Your cheaper things, like my mom said, the bag of sugar went up 80 cents within like a week. 80 cents for sugar, more? That's crazy. But I found a good find today. This extra virgin olive oil, 101 flow ounces for a little over 14 bucks. I thought that was a good find. I've never seen one that big. So I usually get the smaller ones that I usually keep on my stove. So that's what I normally get. And that's 17 flow ounces. And I think I paid $7 or $8 for that. So, you know, that's a no-brainer. But yeah, look for those type of things. If you haven't gotten boomsticks and freedom seeds yet, for, you know, hunting, and obviously home security, good luck. Walmart, I did see, had 3 in the case and some seeds. But I don't know why they came back. Maybe because of where we live, it's more rural. But I would suggest to find out in your town, when someone orders a boomstick, there's a person or people in each town that is a certified to receive that from the mail, and then you, like an everyday person, goes to that person and they do your background check and everything else to make sure that everything clears, and then you go home with it. But those type of people make them, and they also sell freedom seeds. So if you are having a hard time finding those things, I would research on who does those things in your area. Get a hold of them, make friends with them. I know our guy in our town is the most awesome, sweetest guy ever. And they're fun conversations to have. But, you know, I mean, everything still has to be certified and, you know, gone through, because they won't and they can't get in trouble for anything like that. But if you're to buy something from a friend, that's a good thing. If you haven't gotten your medicines yet, I would suggest to go fill those prescriptions. Call your doctor, see if they are willing to write you a prescription for 90 days. I know our insurance luckily pays for that, so that's what we did last lockdown. Kids are not going to be going back to school after Thanksgiving. That's just my opinion. But I do know, like, New York City is closing schools Monday. And what's today? Wednesday? So by Monday, they're closing schools. I'm trying to think of all this stuff, but I seem to be having some brain cramps with I was going to sit around this morning and then clean the house and, you know, do some other things. But when my friend got a hold of me about the turkey, when I went out, it kind of threw my day off. But it was a good thing, you know, I mean, that bigger turkey, because we are going to have Thanksgiving in our home with our safe family members. They are not taking that away from us. So I'm actually, this is a mess because this is something that we did the past few months, but we're also really, really busy, so I'm going to take you down to my basement, where also our security system is. If you don't have a freezer chest, all the meat is at the bottom, so if you don't have a freezer chest, I would suggest getting one. Don't get one, don't pack it unless you have a generator and means to store gas. So this was all organized until it got packed. So, let's see, peanut butters, jellies. I don't do this very well. My youngest, she likes I just got the cheap brands. I know that the pop-off lids ones are in the back and in her bug-out bag. But the raviolis, the beefaronis, hash, vegetables, green beans, corn, you know, yams, carrots, mac and cheeses, that way. Rice. Take your rice out of your bags, put them into the freezer. Next day, take them out, leave them out, watch your bags, make sure there's no, like, eggs or bugs, because I've never had it happen, but people just keep saying that does happen. So yeah, I've been saving Gatorade containers, and so there's this particular sauces that you buy that are in like a mason type jar. Wash the lid out really good, make sure you leave everything out to dry for a couple of days, and then store your beans and your rices in those containers. Got some salt and probiotics, and so back there, I know it's a mess, but there's like dried fruits. Obviously I couldn't fit the fluff up there with a peanut butter and jelly, so I just put some fluff. Those actually came from the dollar store. That's tea for my mom. Marshmallows, hot cocoa, there's some chocolates. If you can't get to the store or stores closed, you're gonna want some num-nums. And that's good for kids and us women, and, you know, for the man, to keep your spirits up. Chicken and beef stocks, and then you got your bouillons, and make sure you have water set back, Gatorade. People are going to possibly get sick. You don't want to not have those fluids. I got to turn these today, but I bought these potatoes in bulk. So we turn them. I used some this weekend because, like, see here, it's starting to grow after a month, but these have been down here in the cool basement in the dark. I'll turn those later. But you put them in a box, and every week you turn them. So it looks like the carrots did not make it. So I'm gonna have to research that better. So those are caca. Onions have been sitting here for over a month, and also they're great. They're still hard, no smell. But carrots, no. I think what I was supposed to do is I was supposed to cover them in dirt. I'm not sure. If anyone knows about how to store carrots, I probably should have cooked them and froze them. That sucks. So, oh well, I learned something today. Oh, Aldi's. Let me move this mac and cheese here. Aldi's has these big bags of pepperoni. So they're sealed really well. I would suggest putting them in another bag, but my family does go through them pretty quick, so I put them in bags and froze them. But they last. They have a really good shelf life. I bought these particular ones I bought last month. Once they're open, they have to be used in 7 days, but these are good till April 21. So, what's this? November? So I think that's pretty good. I got the canned meats, in case we can't get out and get pop and liquid other drinks besides water. We got some Tang, some iced tea. I think there's some Gatorade powder. Also, those Mios are good, but I found these cheaper ones at Aldi's. You just put a couple of squirts into 8 ounces of water, and it does your water. This table is something I'm working on. This is stuff that I have not yet packaged or wrote the date on. Also, things like sugar and flour. There's these containers with this on the top. You make sure that your container is clean and dry, and you pack whatever you can that's dry into these, and then you twist this top and it seals it down. There's a rubber seal. Otherwise, I've been taking my flour and putting it into plastic Ziploc bags, and then you can put it into pails. Don't forget about the fur babies. Whenever you can find cat, dog food, whatever else you have, gerbils. I mean, I don't know what people have, but make sure you get your pet's food, put it back. Fish. We have lots of fish. So we found powdered food that you mix with hot water. And you mix it, and then I lay ours out on a sheet of wax paper, but you can use molds. I actually have molds. I just haven't done it yet, but it works. And you put them into plastic bags. You can put them into your freezer or your fridge. But this rapashi, like especially for plecos or other fish that don't eat meat, but there is a meat protein one that has like shrimps and stuff in it. So it's like a powder, and then so like I do, like, it's 1 part powder, 2 parts water. So what I do is I use a 1/4 cup of powder and a 1/2 cup of water, and I mix it really, really quick. It sets really, really quick. So you want to mix this and get it right into a mold or right onto wax paper and flatten this out to cut and put into bags, because it pretty much sets like that. And then you can clean out your container into your fish tank for your fish. But yeah, today I saw paper towels and toilet paper. So we pretty much have that all over our house in different rooms, just kind of tucked away. Every time I went shopping, or maybe not every time, but every other time, I would pick up toilet paper, paper towels, napkins, tissues, whatever, just to kind of put back. Every time we went shopping, we just got a little bit extra, you know, whether it was $10, $30, or $100. So, making bread. So maybe my next video, I'll have my husband write down the recipe so that way I can, you know, hold it up and post it. But don't forget to get your active yeast and your fast rising yeast with your flours. You may be making bread. Write down your recipes, because if we lose internet due to EMP or, you know, I'm not going to say, but some other thing, you're not going to have internet to look up those recipes. Pasta's cheap. Make sure you pick up pasta. And again, I'm not sure if you can see that because it's kind of dark. So this thing here has one of those lids. I've been putting spaghetti into that. But just keep it in a dark, cool, dry place. Soups. Lots and lots of soups. Cream soups. Stuff that you can put with rice, beans, or pasta. I can't express enough about the... if somebody in your house gets sick and you can't or don't want to go out, things like Jell-O, Gatorade, vitamin C drops, medicines, just get out and get these things put back. Condiments, don't forget condiments, Jiffy mixes for pancakes, or you can take those and make, put them into your soups in a crock pot. If you lose power, we have a wood stove that we can cook on, but I've been saving chicken. Let me go upstairs. That's enough of this, I think. Take my nasty carrots with me. I can't believe that happened, but good to find out now. So I actually forgot why I come up here. I was going to show y'all something. I can't remember. Let's see. We're all going through it. I don't remember. Oh, the chicken cans. Yay. So down here, I keep tea lights. And with the tea lights, I put in these cans. So I store them this way. But I'm going to dump them out, and I'm going to put in a clean, dried can of chicken can for tea lights. So if you take a little like grate, or you could even use the whole thing from your oven, and set that down somewhere, put the thing from your oven if you don't have something small, and the thing from your oven will cover the top of this, and you can cook on this in a pan. 4 tea lights will boil water. I know this takes forever, but if you lose power and you need to feed your family, of course you can eat right out of the cans, but it would be nice to have warm food. But you can even boil water with 4 tea lights in, I think, 20 minutes or so. Try it now, so that way you know. But saving things like chicken cans and tea lights, you can get at the dollar store, or you can go to Walmart, and I think you can get like 100 for like $3. I don't know what it is in your state or town. So yeah, that was just kind of something I figured out not too long ago. I'm really awkward at these videos, but make sure you get your cereals, put them into containers. Sometimes things need to be repackaged to last longer, because it's always nice to have things to last longer, because sometimes with these uncertain times that we are going through, we don't know what we're going to need, or when, or what's going to happen with cities. We don't live in a city, so we really don't worry, even though we have made plans and are ready for whatever, I think. But are we really? But see, if something happens in your cities,